Hello and welcome to
Did
another
you watch
stream.
that?
Oh. I'm saying hello. What?
You can't just go into a Cowboy Bebop and not answer if you've seen the latest
For
Netflix
context,
opening.
everyone. For context, I said 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Now, Anthony and he can hear me before the stream starts. He mutes himself so that we can play music and you guys can't hear him burping constantly.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Did they catch that? I unmuted specifically for it constantly.
If you weren't here from the very, very, very beginning of the stream, you might have missed that Anthony burped into your ear lovingly. Anyways,
You're welcome.
I said 3, 2, 1, let's jam, and then I said welcome, and he's like, just ignoring my welcome. Anyways, hi, I'm Anna Daviscourt. I'm a children's book illustrator. This is Anthony Sims. He interrupts me constantly.
Hey.
Only because I talk constantly, so let's be real. We need an interruption.
That's true. That's true.
So how's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. Yay!
Happy Wednesday.
Midway through the
Hump
week.
day.
Hump day. Do you guys remember those
Do you remember
commercials?
that commercial with the camel?
The commercial. There's a camel commercial where he just goes around an office saying, Hump day!
Hump day. Hey, you know what day it is? I remember seeing it in a movie theater. I don't know what it was for.
Really?
Camel cigarettes? I don't know.
No, I don't think
Probably
that. Not. But we did talk about a few streams ago
Hey, I also can't talk.
Oh, big time, bud. That's why we're friends.
You're trying to say a made-up word, though, so I guess that's more acceptable. I just couldn't say commercial. No, it was camel. Camel.
Camel commercial is hard, okay? Also, Jake says Mike, Geico.
If you do that, he's gonna appear.
Oh, Mike?
This is a Beetlejuice situation.
Mike?
Mics
are everywhere. Oh, no.
Well, you said it 3 times. It's gonna be Mike Myers in your apartment as every character he's ever been.
Okay, wait. No. Okay, you're thinking of the actor. There's a horror movie dude called Mike Myers. So, Michael Myers.
Wait. Oh.
Don't
Mike
you know?
Myers.
The big guy where he's got
Austin
the knife
Powers,
like,
right? Why is that where your mind goes? Because it's spooky season?
Because Dead by Daylight, he is one of the killers.
Oh, that's right. You guys have been binge watching that. Speaking of binge watching horror things, last night Ashley, Sammy, and I watched Haunting of Hill House season 1 on Netflix.
Oh.
We got 5 episodes in, and they're an hour each. I went to bed at 1:45 this morning.
Oh my god.
And then I woke up at 7:45, and that's why I had to take a nap like soon thereafter. I was like, wait.
Understandably.
I'm not ready.
Like, body rejects this. No. Well, how was it? Obviously good if you went for 5
It's really
hours
good.
straight.
It's also good because Ashley and Sammy have seen it before, and they know that I'm kind of scared of scary things. So they'll let me know if, like, this part might scare you, or there's a jump scare coming up. So I can look away or at least brace myself.
Those are good friends, yes.
And I hardly had any nightmares.
Only 1 or 2 eviscerations in my dreams.
Eviscerations.
Eviscerations. No dreaming.
Mike Myers was there as Michael Myers. Yeah, baby.
$1 million. Oh my gosh, that is an intense image.
Jake Green clarifies that camel was from a Geico commercial. Quote, Mike.
Of course he knows.
Mike, guess what day it is?
He really remembers those commercials. We're like vague about it, and he's like, Mike, how do you not get this reference? Alan!
Anonymous in the chat, and Rynn, and Kendall, and Tyler, and we also have Joe here on time.
Joe, what's
According
up?
to Joe, I don't know. There's no on time.
Time is an enigma. We'll never really grasp it. Stop going for the ephemeral. We can't. It's just impossible. But you know what Kendall did? Kendall earned a gold star by being first in the chat.
Like, really, really first, before you even posted the link on Discord.
How? It's just amazing. Just like waiting
that
on
notification pop up. Yeah, maybe. Rynn says
I
about
appreciate
Haunting
it.
of Hill House, interesting story, and the other one made by the same people that have momentarily forgotten the name of. The Haunting of Hill House. Bly Manor was the second one. I watched a few episodes of that with Sammy and Ashley when they were watching it.
Good. Why do you watch so much horror? I feel like you can't.
I don't. No, this is like horror light. Ashley
Okay.
watches like legitimate horror things, and I just don't tune in for that. But she said after watching it like a good mother does, she like previewed it before I watched it to make sure it was fine for me.
Yeah, that's a really good friend. Have you heard of this thing called Squid Game? I believe that's the new.
Oh yeah, it's Splatoon. God,
if
I
you
didn't
guys
want.
know what I'm talking about, it's hilarious. No, it's a new show, I want to say. Sorry, I don't know much about it. I've just heard people talking about it, and they say that it's extremely violent and scary, but that it's really good. So,
So maybe you guys will check it out?
No.
Like, no, you watch that one horror game.
Oh, it's not scary. I mean, it's supposed to scare the players, but when you're watching somebody else play it, it's not scary. But anyways, yeah, it's just one of those that, like, movies I will get into where it's like I will have nightmares and get actually scared by things.
Yeah, The Descent. Had to sleep with the lights on. I couldn't.
No.
I was like in college when that happened. I was like, nah. I stared at the floor for the majority of the movie and still had nightmares.
I think that's what I saw. Nicholas Cole was one of the people talking about Squid Game, I think it's called, and he was like, "It's designed to be seen in peripheral, right? Because I'm not looking at the screen.
I'm not watching it. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
That's how I watch stuff.
But yeah, I am curious about it just because people say it's really good, and they compared it to like a Hunger Games Battle Royale kind of thing, which I've watched Hunger Games. I think we watched Battle Royale. It doesn't really stick out in my memory very much. But like truly violent stuff, I can't handle either. I don't go for that. I was talking to Anthony before the stream started. I want to watch Paddington 2. Let's get on that train. Chugga chugga choo choo.
Over the Garden Wall. We're watching that on Friday night.
Heck yeah.
I think. Tomorrow night, Sammy's coworker is going to come over and we're going to watch the second Lord of the Rings.
Fantastic. Extended
And he's going to bring over his puppy, Cecil.
Wait, you get a puppy and Lord of the Rings? That's just the best night ever. What?
Yeah. And it's happened twice before. I don't know.
Hi,
I
Adobe
love
Live.
cuddling with that puppy. Oh,
What?
yeah.
Whose puppy is the? Wait, what is the?
Sammy's coworker.
Yeah, but what is the
has
puppy?
a puppy.
Tell me about this puppy.
Named Cecil.
Oh, this is the other Cecil. Okay, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I think I might have sent you a picture. He's a mix between two big breeds, Great Pyrenees and something else. I'll post a picture on Discord when he comes over tomorrow.
We do have a Discord channel. There is a link in the description. You can put that in. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Pets.
Animal Channel.
Animal Channel. There we go.
Pets. None of them are cleverly named at all. I think every single one of our channels is a pun or wordplay.
We try.
It's very confusing in there. But there are descriptions for everything.
Yeah, but we have a brand new channel to share resources for neurodivergent people called Same Brain. So check that out in the Discord, and also thank you to the mods for keeping up on everything, and also to our mod Joe for making that new channel, Same Brain.
Yeah, it's so good. I showed Sammy earlier because Sammy watches so much Critical Role.
Yeah.
And Joe posted like a to-do list based off of a D20, so whatever number you roll, you have to do the chore associated with it, and it's a chore 1 through 19, and then 20 is like fun stuff that you get to. I think a couple of things that Joe had listed was watch that Apple TV show called Ted Lasso.
Indeed.
Another one was, what was another one?
Plenty
they
of
were
stuff.
fun. Anyway, Sammy rolled a 16 and it was wall box, and I'm still not sure what that means. I don't know if Joe answered.
Joe's list, so only Joe will know.
And I rolled an 11, which was apartment library. So I'm going to reorganize my bookshelf.
Love it. Oh man. it's such a great idea, and making your own list if you need specific chores to be done or whatever, I think that's brilliant. Such a good concept. Thank you, Joe, for that. What was the other thing
Jake
I was gonna
says that his wife did that. Her daily role. Oh, Dark Hour says, I answered it. I'm going to check it out.
Okay, I'm going to get into drawing just so we can talk and draw at the same time. This
what?
Is the
we're here for drawing?
I know, right? So this is the piece we were working on last time. We did a whole sketch before we went into paint. Let's see. Here's the sketch that we started with. Just a little mouse guy reading in the middle of the forest in a little nook where the rain can't reach, but the rain is all around because we were having a nice rainy day. Today it looks like it's overcast. It's probably going to sprinkle here and there, but let me know where the weather is for you. Where is that weather? Darn it.
Up in the sky.
And then we threw some color behind it, just really loosely, and then we started to kind of dial some stuff in. Wow. And then, okay, so between the last two streams, last stream and this one, I felt that we needed to work on the values of this guy just to make the composition clearer and stronger and all that jazz. So I have this black and white layer at the top, which is just a color layer with pure black on it. And so I can flip that on and off to see the black and white version. And I wanted to make a kind of strong graphic shape here. So I added a multiply layer to add some darkness here. And cast a shadow on our little friend. And hopefully create the highest point of contrast at the focal point. Then I added some light to give more of the contrast to that area. I still could play around with this, obviously. I was just throwing stuff around to mess around. And then on top of it, I made a big possible change. We are just considering things. Obviously, nothing is permanent. We can change whatever. But I thought of maybe bringing it out to the edges of this piece and then having the up here be like the blank area. And then it kind of turns into a spot to a spread-ish illustration.
Interesting. You know what I mean? Best of both worlds.
I don't know if I want to keep it. We'll see. The strong part of this is that it can work with the page, but also if I want to make it back into a spot illustration, erasing stuff out in a way that's like, you know, grass and moss coming in and out of like existence. Kind of like the edge of my Breath of the Wild piece, if you remember that. It's not too hard to make that happen, so I could erase out a little bit to make it feel like it's a spot illustration as well. We could have it both ways. Both? Porque no las dos?
I feel like right now it's currently along the lines of having a lot of negative space for text in a children's book, like that corner of the page illustration and then a big empty sky. Oh, that's what those are. I wasn't listening to you while you described part of it because I was reading chat, but...
I love that you picked up on that. Yeah.
I picked up on it. Or maybe I heard it.
Book illustrator. This is what I do day by day. I leave room
define
for text.
Spot illustration. I thought that was just like chapter headers.
Spot illustration can be used for multitudes of things. Doesn't have to just be chapter headers, although that's a common place to see them. So spot illustrations are where there is no bleed edge that it meets. It just floats on the page, and you could literally put it anywhere and have the text wrap around it, or put it, say, in a magazine, and it's just like it's a spot illustration. So you just have it instead of grafted to some edge of the page or designed for the text, it can float. And that's the purpose of it. You can put it anywhere. And I love that. I'm definitely not opposed to it. I just felt in the moment that I wanted to experiment with this as well. And like I said, we can always bring it back.
I kind of like the second one more, honestly.
What do you feel? What do you think?
Should we vote in chat? What does everyone feel like? Or I suppose, Anna, what do you feel like today?
Well, I did paint this today, so I feel like this, but I also might just do both options so that at the end we can show it. And then I kept on adding, what I did here was I actually turned it to black and white, and a lot of this just is super muddled, not very clear. And so what I wanted to do was clarify a bit of it with just the grayscale. So I took gray and I just painted to kind of give myself an idea of how simplified it could be. And so, this is where I've landed so far with this. I have no tie to the, like, it has to be this way, it has to be that way, we have to stick to the sketch or anything like that. So I think what we should do is just follow the best design. because there's no purpose to this. There's no there's no what do you call it, like client waiting for this perfect, like exactly to their spec piece. We are the client, so why not make it whatever we want? Also, start thinking of what text we could put up here, Anthony. We have to have like a line or two about this little mouse reading.
Oh, Rynn wants to do something like that. So good with the word play.
So good with the word play.
Did you see all the word play and puns that Rynn came up with for
Kendall's drawing list? Yes.
Kendall's drawing list? Yeah, so good. Rynn says, what do you need? There's some text in the upper right-hand corner of this illustration that we're trying to get some wordplay for this mousy illustration.
These lines are placeholder for text. I'm just imagining a few lines up here. Obviously, you can make more room. We can change things around if we need to. I just wanted to make a note of that last time, so that's what this is. That's how I do it when I work on books, too.
We've got a couple. I like the 3/4 page version, and Kendall says, I like both options? Question mark, exclamation mark. Excita-bang,
no.
What's that called?
Yeah, one of those things. I don't know what it's called.
Something like that.
Interrobang?
Yeah, Interrobang, that's what it
it?
is. Oh, yeah, Jake Green
it.
said it at the same time.
Oh my gosh, same brain, same brain.
Same brain, check out Same Brain on the Discord if you've got same brain. Tyler Gibson says, what if he had a little fire with a tea kettle to add another light source?
That is really cute. Oh golly, more light source.
Yeah. And then the sun.
Yeah, I was thinking about what we want to do with this chair. I definitely want to readdress him altogether. I think I might change the color of the chair. You can see the lighting on the chair definitely changed through these two paint overs, and also his lighting, he's much darker now. But I still feel like his pink ears are just completely blending in here. So what we need to do is make definitive choices and not worry about what we have right now. That's a sketch. So I also think I'm going to make the chair slightly bigger just to make it more of a graphic shape in the composition.
Everyone in the chat knew what an interrobang was. Rynn specifically, and also Kendall, and I think everyone else. Dark Hours. I don't know if Kendall actually posted it, but Kendall knows because I'm pretty sure that's where I heard about it.
Everyone! They all knew. Well, they're all just real smart, okay? Like, real smart.
Smarty pants. Let's see some clever lines for this mousy page then, huh? What you got brewing?
The witch's brew. Okay. I'm gonna go bold and beautiful with it and just paint over everything. We're on a separate layer, so really there is no losing anything. So, let's just go in. And let me know what your rainy day activities are composed of. Wow. Ugh. Oh, I just
the other day. Oh, yeah.
No,
what?
You.
Okay. The other day on Sunday, it started raining really hardcore, and I really wanted to go out on like a little stroll through the neighborhood with an umbrella. So Sammy, Ashley, and I all dressed up in like rain boots and jackets and umbrellas, and we trotted through the neighborhood, and it kind of felt, I don't know if you remember the scene in the original Rescuers where Bernard and Bianca are going through the zoo at nighttime, but we went through the park and it had those similar vibes.
Oh, I don't remember that. I'm so sorry. I want to.
Oh, no worries.
Lovely.
It is. It's very like nostalgic feeling movie. I love something about those older Disney movies where it's just those sketchy lines and that audio from early movie recording where it's kind of scratchy, but I don't know, it sounds so good. And people just sounded different. Like, who played Bianca's voice actress was like Eva Gabor. What am I thinking? Eva.
I feel like that's familiar.
Anyway, what was your thing? That was my rainy day activity.
I love that, by the way. Thank you for sharing that story. What I was going to say is there's a new video out from Simone Yetch, who is she makes things on the internet.
Yeah, I saw her bed video, I think.
Yes, the leafy
She
bed.
made like a
Oh my
leafy
gosh.
jungle
She was
bunk bed.
so excited about like her little what do you
A
call it?
woodcutter thing.
Yeah, that CMC machine, I believe it is. Oh my gosh. So her new video came out today and I watched it during lunch and it was just like so freaking charming and hilarious and I just love her so much. Her favorite thing one of her things that she likes to do is do puzzles. And so the whole video is about her solving a certain problem that comes up with her puzzling. And it's just so much effort and so much unnecessary funny stuff like she puts in there. It's just over the top. Like, I don't know of any creator who goes that hard just to make something that they like. I love it. So go check out that video. I'll post it in the video channel after the stream if you want a link to it. It'll be easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Kendall says my rainy day activities are always drawing.
Absolutely, yes. I love that. I think keeping drawing as a hobby, especially if you're doing it for professional reasons, which I know Kendall is such an important thing to do as well, just for your mental health.
We also have Alessandra joining the chat saying, I posted some new artwork to current work on Discord.
Oh, heck yeah, let's check it out. By the way, we have a current work tab on the Discord. If you did not know, you can post your work here, and I would love to just show it off. First, we've got Kendall's lists for Enchanted October, which I love. Also, this illustration in the background is so freaking cute. You've got all your fairies. So we've got all the different options for all the different days. I was very curious what xyloid is. Parentheses woody. Do you know about that?
I was looking at zymology, which I guess is fermentation science.
Duh.
I like that these parentheses are giving us at least hints about what these are. Xyloid, woody. The first thing that comes to mind is gyroid from Animal Crossing.
Gingoids or whatever they are.
I thought they were called gyroids.
They could be. I don't know. I call them
Gingoids.
Ooh,
or as Captions wants to call them, Beyblades.
Beyblades. I love it.
Jake Green says, same, I love her stuff about Simone.
Yes. Oh, so good.
Dark Hours looks like loves Simone as well. With Simone, exclamation mark, 111. I must watch.
You'll enjoy it, trust me. Oh, it's so good.
Alessandra says about the work that she posted. I made all of those by hand. Amazing.
Oh, these are beautiful.
Love that torn edge too.
Oh yeah, you know the torn edge. That's the
quality. Is that a beta? Or is it all coral?
Yeah, it kind of feels just like abstract underwater things.
I love the one on the right. Looks like coral. Yeah, a beta fin for sure. But I could also see coral as well. That one's cool. I like that one.
Definitely. Beautiful colors
nice
too. I think
work.
It's like analogous stuff. Yeah. And we got some definite coral inspiration here. Very cool. I like the technique you're using too. I imagine you're like swirling the brush
like impressionism or something. With those dotty dots.
Dotty dots. Ooh, and are you doing some screen
dotty
printing?
Dotty.
Something like that? Oh, that's so cool.
It's a puppy.
Little pup on a bag. Oh yeah. That reminds me of a succulent. I know it could be coral as well. I don't know. There are so many things that are crazy shapes and colors and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I've seen succulents.
Or those pitcher plants.
Yeah. Oh, pitcher plants are so cool. Oh, this is so cute. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's all folded up. So this is like accordion style. I remember seeing in bookmaking classes this kind of thing. So cool. Oh. Alessandra, round of applause.
Nice work.
Love
I especially love the purpley one on the far right.
It's your favorite?
I think that one's my favorite.
Favorite.
Jake Green says, I need to get some supplies for Inktober. I skipped it last year, I think. Yeah, Jake Green on Instagram posted about Inktober and like, I think I'm going to do this. And I'm all here for it. Yes, 100%.
And then Anthony's like, I'm living. I'm really living.
Anna, do you want to talk about some of your Inktober experiences? I know that you've stressed in the past, like, don't worry about doing it all 31 days. It doesn't matter. Don't stress yourself out about it.
I don't think I've ever done all 31 days. No, actually, one year I did. That was the animal ones.
You prepped in advance, though, right? It
Absolutely
wasn't
prepped
like
in
you were doing one
advance.
every day.
And I had such a system at that point. I think a lot of people go to their, paper with their pen or whatever tools you're going to use and just start drawing. And what?
I'm remembering that Inktober one. You did like a bunch of different animals, and then you asked people on your Patreon to come up with stories for them. And there was a giraffe, and I made him a professor of a college or something. I can't remember his name. We'll have to go back and like see what that
Relive it.
was.
Yeah. Hey, another
Yeah.
reason to join Patreon. You get like the past everything. Basically, you can look back at the entire process of Inktober for me. But yeah, the idea was okay. So I started on the iPad. Actually, I just did little sketches of what I liked. So animals. I like animals and clothing. Okay, can you tell what?
Yeah.
So I sketched them out one day, and then I was like, wait, I could do a thing. I can do a thing. And I also wanted to work traditionally. So what I did was I used my watercolor paper, took a little square of it, put it on my iPad screen, made the size feel right for the size of paper, drew it out with watercolor pencil, and then I did an ink wash and ink lines with my quill over that. And it was like maybe 3 values.
Ooh, your quill. How
I used a quill.
fancy.
I do love a good quill. It's sometimes frustrating, but a lot of times fun. And especially with anything traditional, you just kind of got to roll with it. And I ended up making, I think, like 33 illustrations and then nixing a few that I didn't like and just being like, these guys were
above
practice.
and beyond. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the point. And also, they were fairly quick, most of them, because I knew, once the design phase is over, it's kind of systematic, and you can almost do it while, like, listening to a movie or something like that. So I would do several of them because, the worst part is letting the ink dry. So as one was like, I did a wash on the sweater, then I would do a wash on their hat, or then I would do a wash on their, fur or whatever it was. And then just like once that fur was done, then I go back to the first sweater and I could do lines over it. So in that way, you're kind of knocking several out in a night. And I think that process definitely made it a lot more doable. And it's weird because I know Inktober and other drawing prompts that take place in October are all incentivizing you to draw more. But I feel like if you're going for every single day, it's usually for social media rather than drawing. Because a lot of people get a lot of attention because of the tags, which is absolutely wonderful. Go for it. I want you to live your life. Do it. But I just want you to also remember that if you're feeling stressed about meeting a deadline for it, that's not the purpose. And you should really like bring it back to what you think you want to get out of it. And what I got out of that is more of a production line experience than an art experience that I usually would have.
That doesn't sound fun.
It was fun in a way, but like I said, when you're doing multiple per night and you're kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm going to knock these out, it's more of an endurance test than it is an art test, because you're just kind of going through the motions after a certain point. Now, the motions can be fun. You can give yourself challenges with every single new drawing, but when you're thinking, I can't challenge myself because I have to get this done, then suddenly your brain is just in production mode. So it's got its pluses and minuses. I think that the purpose of it is to make you draw rather than to make you post. And I have never been mad at late posts in my life. I've never been like, you didn't post on actual October. Like, I just
This is November.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of here.
So I think I enjoyed the years where I just did a few pieces here and there more than I enjoyed the all of the pieces in the month kind of thing. I don't know what my stats on social media looked like over that time or whatever. It's always nice to get feedback from social media. I totally agree with that. It's just like the validation that it gives you when you're getting a lot of attention over something that you put a lot of work into. It's real. However, it's not the reason that I draw anymore. So I just, try to put that in perspective every year. I've definitely felt the pull this year where I'm like, oh, should I do it? Oh. And I might. I probably will do like a piece here and there, but I don't know if I'll post it immediately. I probably just put it on Patreon because that's where I post stuff now. But yeah, it's all very individual. I don't want to dissuade anyone. I just want you to know what, like, look into your heart and figure out the reason that you want to make it, rather than just saying, I'm going to do this challenge.
To your heart, you will understand. Kendall says, I think it's also just a creative challenge. I know it's always been helpful when I'm in a slump creatively. And we've got Tracy tuning in from San Diego. Just chimed in, looking good.
Hey Tracy, what's up? But yeah, I totally agree. If you want it to get you out of a slump or like doing something, oh my gosh, like so many prompts will get you out of that slump, or at least hopefully they will. Depends on why the slump is happening. However, if you're just like out of ideas, you cannot think of what you want to draw, start on a prompt for sure.
Alessandra asks, have you ever done screen printing, Anna, for any projects like Inktober?
I have not. No, I've never done screen printing. I think I've looked into it a few times, and I may do it someday. I have many a hobby I want to try, and that kind of goes into the realm of hobby for me, just because it would require me to buy a bunch of stuff, and I don't buy stuff for business like that usually. I buy it for hobby stuff, and then I figure out if I want to monetize it.
Jake Green says, even with prompts, I have a hard time with ideas. Do you have anything you could suggest?
Oh, interesting. So if you see some a prompt like quest, I remember that one from Kendall's.
Is it too vague, maybe?
Possibly. I mean, I don't think that that's something that like a prompt. It's not that the prompt is too vague. It's that the person isn't getting what they need out of it. You know what I mean? Like, because some people would look at Quest and be like, I have so many ideas. So it just depends on the individual. But yeah, the idea of not having ideas when you look at it, I would probably talk to people. I know that if I talk to somebody like Anthony, then I could be like, I want to do today's prompt, but I'm not really feeling anything for it. And you'd be like, oh, what's the prompt? And I'd be like, Quest. And you could be like, well, what brings to mind for me is blah, 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 blah.
That's true. I think another method, and why I said maybe it was too vague, is if you give yourself more parameters, it might help you narrow in on something that you want to move forward with, like Quest, but then what color, what size. Maybe you could give yourself some of those types of like adjectives and incorporate that into the main word from the prompt, and that could help you focus in on what you could do for an idea.
That is brilliant. Yes, totally agree. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Oh, well, thanks. Jake Green says, Anthony is a font of ideas.
You know, he really is. I don't think I've ever felt like I can't, come to Anthony with a creative problem and not come out with a solution, because I feel like your brain is just, we work together well, and I feel like that's because your brain is good.
Apparently, CC called Jake Green Tom Green, and Jake Green says
similar,
Tom
exactly
Green.
The same person.
Excuse me, CC. And also Tracy in the chat saying, Anna, kind of a change of subject. I found your bio on SBS Learn. I'm thinking of signing up for classes.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I've worked with SBS in the past. Done two classes and one like pseudo class.
Spot illustration?
No, well, I mean, I've done illustration for them too, but it was a talk about burnout, and it was me and another artist basically giving our 2 cents about that. And so anyways, yeah, it was great. I love their curriculum is just golden. I've talked on and on and on about how amazing Lee is as a teacher. He was a teacher of ours
really
at art school. Yeah, Anthony knows for his experience as well. And then he was also my mentor during the Adobe Creative Residency, and he is one of the founders and teachers at SVS, which is the Society of Visual Storytelling. And it is all, well, I want to say it's all about, but most of it is about children's books, the school. A lot of it applies to any kind of design career, so you really can't go wrong with it.
Because they start with foundation courses. I think they have a whole track set up where you can start wherever, if you're like a subscriber, but they also have something set up if you're new to art and looking to get in at the base level.
Exactly. Yeah, Anthony has been a student there, so do you have any recommendations?
It's been a while since I've logged in, probably over a year and a half. Wow. So I think they've revamped it since I started. Because I was listening to 3 Point Perspective, their podcast, and I was going through the year that I wasn't logged on to SVS, and they were talking about updating the track and refilming some of the core classes because they thought they could streamline it in certain ways. So I don't know what it's currently like, but it sounds like it's better.
Yeah, they're constantly updating it, and right now, I believe either this month or next, they are launching the Children's Book Pro curriculum, which is their children's book, very concentrated. Take this class, then this class, then this class, and get feedback from them as you go through it. And so I think that might actually be the sign up time for that has possibly passed, but they're going to be doing it again. So if you're interested in something like that, then keep your eyes open. What do you think of Purple Chair?
I love it. I think it complements that yellow pajamas.
Yellow pajamas.
Also, green and purple is a good color combo. It always reminds me of the 6th Harry Potter book cover in America.
6th. Oh, yeah. Wait, that was just straight up green, wasn't it? What was purple about it?
The Harry Potter.
Oh, it was the text of it. Okay.
Yeah.
You probably got
shiny
the hard
purple.
cover.
Yeah, I have the hardcovers of all of them.
Wow. We've got the...
it was like a collector's thing. I knew I wanted to keep them for a lifetime.
Indeed.
So I got the hard back versions of those and Game of Thrones books, A Song of Ice and Fire.
Nice.
The covers on those aren't my fave, but
yeah,
they'll be redone in the future, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, yes. I hope. But the other hardcover I can think of that I really love is Nausicaa, the graphic novel. Have you seen that or read that?
Yeah, you have those, and I saw them at Barnes & Noble a couple of times.
They're amazing, and I
haven't read through them, really but yeah, I do love Nausicaa, so I gotta check it out. We have the Drawing Pirates in the chat saying, OMG, hey you guys, I finally caught you live here again. Missed your live streams. It's 2:27 here. I only get to see the videos after the lives, but I'm here now. Love you too.
Yay! Oh, we love to see it. Thank you, Replay Lander. No, it's really nice to see people live. We know that time schedules and things don't always line up, so sometimes we try to do schedules that are a little bit different. Let us know if there's a time that would really, really work for you. We'll try to make it happen.
We've done slumber party streams before, so
yes, we have.
We could do an early riser, and Anthony are tired and don't want to be here for a probably 15-minute stream.
Yeah, my voice will be messed up. That's what I am in the morning. I'm just like.
Jake Green says, "LOL," quote, "shake cream." Wow.
Shaken, not stirred.
Are you noticing it more now that I mentioned Captions Always Says It Funny, Jake? I feel like I said that in the last stream. I was like, I need to start taking a log of
what they say,
all the different names. And that's why Jake Green changed his name on Discord to Chicory.
Chicory, Dickory, Doc. Mouse ran up. Yeah. Exactly. Well, you're Dickory, so.
Dickory Doc. I'm both.
You didn't want to be Dickory. I understand.
Well, who would be Doc?
Me! I could be.
Would you have done it?
No.
Would you have seen it on the Discord? Been like, I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness.
And it's strange. I need to change my name to Doc. That's adorable. Oh my gosh.
Tracy says, I love their podcast.
Yeah, 3 Point Perspective is amazing.
Oh, we also have a podcast. Oops, all bloops. Blah.
No, they're not talking about us. Yeah, 3 Point Perspective is the podcast from SVS, and it's amazing. Speaking of Inktober, Jake Parker is a part of that, and yeah, it's full of wisdom. I will save the spiel and just say, go listen, because it's really good.
Jake Green says, I love Purple Chair.
Purple chair, purple chair. Yeah.
I almost... Wait, what song was that?
Purple Rain.
Okay, I almost saw Prince laser light show at OMSI for
Why
Ashley's
didn't
birthday.
you?
I don't know if I was telling you this or if I was telling Ashley, but I went to OMSI's website and I was looking for information about like COVID safety guidelines, and
Yeah.
they didn't have anything. So I
That's
tried
disappointing.
calling, and it just went to a voicemail saying like, we're too busy to take phone calls. Please email us. So I emailed, and they got back to me the next day in the afternoon, I think.
Yeah.
And they told me all the answers to the questions I asked. They said they have like capacity for the planetarium at 75 people, and you have to wear masks. And they've got an HVAC air ventilation thing in there, and the performance is 45 minutes. None of that information was on the website. It would have been super helpful to have because the tickets sold out
Oh, dang.
by the time I got the email.
Great. Thanks.
So, yeah, I kind of want to email them back and be like, can you just put that on your website?
Like, copy, paste, friend.
Maybe I would have felt comfortable going, and then I would have bought some tickets, and that would have been a good birthday present. But now I can't. But anyway.
Well, now in the future you can, right?
Yeah, now I know about the planetarium. If there's anything that shows there, then I know what the guidelines are.
Definitely, and I'm glad that you looked into it. That is very important, and to not just assume like, oh yeah, I'll be totally fine.
Jake Green says, my name is now Chicory Chicorine Shake Cream. It reminds me of the old goats from Kipo. Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beasts, where they're just chanting cheese names.
Gouda, chèvre,
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
I think it's feta, Gouda, chèvre, fromage.
Sure.
I think that's what it is.
Nom,
again
nom,
and
nom.
again.
Now I want cheese. Oh, thank you, Joe, saying that this... Or wait, no, it was Adam Glazer, sorry. Misappropriating. This image is looking great so far. Thank you. I'm trying to simplify. I still need to simplify. I think I'm just going to have to paint over the whole thing. Which is totally fine. Let's do it. Let's do it. I keep saying this and then I don't do it. Just...
Apparently the screen flashed green for a few seconds. Green? Did you see that? I don't know. I didn't see it.
Oh, like the Cintiq screen?
I don't know.
Why don't you know, Anthony?
I didn't see it. It might have been like a Behance thingy and not you are sharing screen with me thingy.
Oh, possibly. Why don't you have it open everywhere? Come on.
I do. I have it open on Behance and YouTube.
I take everything back.
But I might have been like looking at you and paying attention to what you were saying.
Less saturated. More cowbell. Darker. With a dark.
What do you think this little mousie's name is?
Ooh, Cedric.
Cedric the Mouse.
The entertainer.
Drawing Pirate says, it looks so pretty.
Oh, thank you. We're trying to make something happen.
Suggests Pom Pom the mouse.
Pom Poco.
Jake Green says, I got called Tom Green all the time in middle school and high school, which happened to be his peak popularity time. And Dark Hour suggests Herbert. Alessandra says, it did it when y'all were talking about color green. Interesting. Maybe your mind just was like, see green, go!
Exactly.
Adam says, you could always put Nicodemus behind the log. Oh wait, that's too secretive Nim.
Who's that?
I think that's the main protagonist, Frisbee. Miss Frisbee? Was that her name?
Frizzle.
Her husband?
Wait,
I think that was her husband's name.
Trying to... Okay, here we go. I'm going to use the little navigator to kind of visually zoom out. I think the values are still getting away from us. Golly.
Oh no, okay, he was the very old prophet.
Oh, is he the owl?
No, like this is a rat, I want to say.
A rat? The main rat?
No, it's the old prophet. Okay. He was the wise, mystical leader of the rats.
Oh, okay. We need some more darkness down here.
Kendall says, is Cedric a Hufflepuff? And the answer is yes. Jake Green says, I do love this piece very much. And Jake Green says, yeah, Cedric was a Hufflepuff. Drawing Pirate says, wow, that sketch. What? Whoa. And Kendall says, I meant the mouse. Is this Cedric a Hufflepuff?
He's wearing yellow and reading a book in the rain. He's probably got to have like
surrounded by plants.
We need like surrounded by plants. Yeah, but we need some snacks for sure because that's the ultimate Hufflepuff thing, right?
What's a forest snack for mice?
Cracker. A
cracker. A big cracker. You could just have like milk. One big Ritz cracker next to him, or a saltine.
Yeah. Cute.
Just a huge one. He's got like nibbles out of it.
Maybe it's just in his mouth right now.
While he reads, like maybe he's reading the book, but like glancing over.
Okay. I'm trying to assess.
Jake Green says a single peanut.
A single peanut, tiniest peanut. Oh, what if his name was Peanut? That's pretty cute. Peanut reads. Or no, I want to say like the text. Okay, so this is something about children's books. You want the text and the image to work together, kind of like puzzle pieces, rather than them both overlapping and saying the same thing twice. So I want the text to be something like Peanut's favorite activity, something like that, rather than like Peanut is reading a book in the rain. You know, it's not a description, it's a story along with it. So... Okay. I'm definitely going to add some, like, detailing to the chair that's going to be real cute, where it's, like, little patterning and such. For a second, I just want to take him out. Maybe we just assess the surroundings. Yeah, I think we could use
Kendall
more...
says he's probably eating a cookie, and then Rynn says, ooh, makes me think Crispin.
Crispin? Is that a character? I feel like that's really familiar.
Crispin. Maybe. Hieronymus says, nah, he's smoking a pocky pipe.
What's that?
Maybe like a candy cigarette, but using a pocky stick instead.
Clearly.
I mean, they are set up in that way of like Cruella de Vil's cigarettes, how they were on the end of that very fancy stick.
Oh, a cigarette extender, absolutely.
Yeah, a Pocky kind of has that vibe.
Very much so. And also, did I tell you that Costco has gigantic sizes of Pocky? And I'm very tempted.
Like breadsticks? How big are we talking?
Sorry, large quantities.
Oh, I'm not as excited about that.
Oh,
honestly.
darn it.
But now I want to make some chocolate dipped breadsticks.
Okay.
How good would that be? How good is that? We still got to watch that Mediterranean Barefoot Contessa video together.
Obviously.
Press play at the same time on YouTube style.
1, 2, 3, let's jam.
And then it's just a montage of Barefoot Contessa on that like pop art background and just her in the kitchen doing various poses. I'm here for it.
Wow. You could really do a lot with like that format and just putting anything into it. I would be down. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, now I'm mad at the ferns. I'm mad at them. I don't like you. I don't like you very much. Okay.
A fern spurn. A fern burn? You spurned the fern with a burn.
Spurned that fern. Hey.
Okay, that's the line you could write up there where the sample text goes.
I'm gonna look up some reference.
While you're doing that, Anthony Jackson asked, "Can anyone tell me what what a dragon heartstring core is?" And Jake Green answered, "Core of a wand made from dragon's heartstring." String. And Rynn says, "Rainy day refuge."
Rainy day refuge. I like that.
Kendall says, "Crispin is an AVI novel, right? Avi novel? What's an Avi novel?" I feel like I read that when I was in elementary school. And Jake Green says, "Yeah, I like the alliteration, Rynn, about rainy day refuge." And Jake Green says...
Alliteration? No.
This cool French animator made a Mandalorian anime intro styled after Cowboy Bebop. That's awesome.
No
Do you have
way.
the video link to that? Can
Amazing.
you post it on Discord?
Look at these
or
adorable
in the
mushrooms, by the way. Ugh.
Those are so cute. Whoa, only $1.95.
Whoa.
Rynn says, I know not, I just know the name because of Crispin Glover. And Kendall clarifies, Avi was the author, that's all I remember. And Jake Green posted a link to the YouTube video of Cowboy Bebop Mandalorian intro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love it. Get everybody's stuff together.
Oh, it looks so good. This should have been a Star Wars Visions episode.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, these ferns look great.
Adam says, alright, I'm about to get off to try out my new fluid graphite ink from Kuratake.
How exciting! Have so much fun. And feel free to post on the current work tab channel.
Chab.
That's what I was trying to say. On the Discord, because I would love to see what you make with it. I've never heard of fluid graphite ink. Does that mean they made ink out of graphite? Is it a pen or a pencil? What's going on? Tell me. I need to know.
Tell me, pretty baby. Kendall says, OMG, this is amazing. And Jay Green says, I like the word chab. Me too.
I'm so glad somebody does.
It's got a nice mouthfeel. Chab. Cherub.
Is that the name of the mouse? Chap?
Chab. Chab.
Chabby.
Chab. Chappy. Chappy.
Chappy.
What a weird movie.
Gonna get weirder with a little mouse friend.
I think it was only weird because of the two musicians that were in it, and I just didn't know they were actors, but they were good in it.
Die
Antwoord, yeah. What is her name? The lead singer. It starts with an A, right?
That one? No, I have no idea.
And Ninja, I think, is the guy's name.
I do not know.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is her name? Alondra? Something like that. Yolandi!
Duh.
Thank you, Rynn. Jake Green says, I never saw Chappie. It was good. I'd say it's worth a watch. It's a cute robot story. It's kind of like iRobot.
Cute robot story. What more do you need? Nothing.
What's that one from the 80s called? Short Circuit. I've actually never seen Short Circuit, but I feel like that's something that I would get a kick out of.
Never heard of it or seen it. Where did this come from?
Whoa, Short Circuit. I feel like maybe Jake Green is familiar, but that's assuming.
You know what assuming is.
Jake Green says, I know. Do you?
Jake Green says, I know. What?
No, I know what assuming is. Jake Green says, I like the director and the effects looked super good. And Rynn says, we just rewatched Short Circuit.
Oh.
And Tyler says, Johnny 5!
Oh
and Jake Green says, I'm very familiar with Short Circuit. I gotta check it out.
Very familiar.
I knew he would be.
How do you know these
you watch Chappie and I'll watch Short Circuit. And then we'll talk to each other about it.
Okay. Then converse.
Next time we play Pokemon Unite.
Oh my gosh. When?
The last time I played was with Jake Green.
17 years ago.
Yeah, I kind of checked out.
You know, James is almost a, what do you call it?
Grandmaster.
Ultra,
Diamond level?
He's past veteran, whatever that is.
I don't know.
He said it's higher than he ever expected to get, basically. Like, he just kept going.
I'm at level 13.
Nice.
That's all I remember,
nice.
I think.
I think that's a great level to be at. It's even lucky. Actually, it's pretty odd.
Rynn says, very familiar, says Jake Green. Little do we know he was a child star in it somehow, because there were totally children in it somewhere.
There were totally children in it. Yep, I believe you. I don't know. What do you feel about these ferns?
What kind are they?
Ferns. Duh.
They look too sparse to be ferns.
Do you see my reference? Are you looking?
I do. They're too sparse.
This.
Yeah, that's so much more full. It reads more fern. Like that broadness, but then you get the little divots in the leaves themselves. This, I feel like, is a type of fern.
Thick
but
it up. Thick
it up, and then cut out some tiny parts.
Thick. I'm just doing like the essence.
The skeletal
of it right
version.
Yeah, it's not that it needs to
a
be
wisp.
exact. It's the will-o-wisp.
You're also saying that you're not feeling it, so maybe you just gotta work it more.
No, I said I wasn't feeling the last one. I was asking you if you like this new one.
Oh, the answer is no.
Well, now they're thick. What do you think now? What do you think?
Well, yeah, now... Are you Daffy Duck? Duck season. I don't know how to be Elmer. Oh my gosh, you're all of them. You are a Looney Tune. Boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I like the thicker ones.
You like them
I
thick?
like how you're touching them together.
Oh, gosh. Shush.
What was it right before the stream? I was like pantomiming me in the kitchen grabbing a bunch of things.
Shush, I said shush. Anthony's inappropriate.
I was trying to tell Anna how I was making my tomato rice, and I was just
motioning.
I guess it was weird.
Vulgar, no.
Totally unintentional. Ooh, I like these. The end of these ferns right now. They kind of look like ginkgo leaves almost.
I mean, ginkgos
We've
are
got
great.
5 minutes till monkey paws.
Time
Get
goes
ready
too
for
fast.
that.
Can you stop it, please?
I need to grab some water while we do monkey paws, I think.
You can grab it right now. It's fine. I'll talk about how the seasons change.
No, I'll just do it during monkey paws because I gotta get up and stretch anyway.
I mean, and then you stretch it out. Oh yeah, don't you know, baby, gotta stretch it out.
Jake Green says, BRB, right? Or I mean again. And Dark Hour says...
Good luck, Jake.
I like them thick. I like them Chomsky. And then says, that typo.
Noam Chomsky? Who is that?
Noam Chomsky. I don't know what that is.
There's a writer, something.
Rynn says, stops time. And then the drawing pirate says, is this the exercise?
Please do.
No, we do the monkey paws at 5 p.m. PST, so in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, monkey paws.
We're gonna do a stretch for your wrists and neck, and standing up and turning it all about.
And then you do the hokey pokey. Yeah.
Okay. Wania in the chat saying hi.
Hello, how are you? You having a good day? I hope so.
Thanks to the people who gave the video a thumbs up here and on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, you generous
We've
beans.
got Jake Green, Hieronymus, and Haru on YouTube.
Thank you. Yeah, and by the way, we simulcast to YouTube and Behance. We read the chat in Behance, and YouTube is just for if you are more comfortable there, whenever you like. You know, we like to give you options. It's what we do.
It's what we do.
You never even
Which
watched
I always
Sherlock.
think, I thought it was from Shrek every single time you do it. It's just now associated with Shrek.
Okay, that's Shrek.
That's just what ogres
Moriarty.
do.
The criminal mastermind of our time. Shrek.
Shrek Lock. Come on. Him dressed up in like detective gear.
Oh, could that be our Halloween costume, please? I want to be Shrek and Donkey, but we're Watson and Sherlock. Ooh. But then it doesn't make sense because that would be okay. So Shrek is Moriarty.
Wonky.
Does that mean
Shrek and Wonky?
King dude is
Farquaad?
Sherlock? Yeah, is Farquaad Sherlock?
No, Shrek is Sherlock.
But that's what people do, is Moriarty.
That's fine. Moriarty could be somebody else. I just like that Shrek and Sherlock kind of have similar feelings, so Shreklock needs to happen.
Shreklock. That's my
or is that just the ship between Robert Downey Jr. and Mike Myers? Yes.
Or is it Benedict Cumberbatch? Let the comments ensue.
I never watched that one. I think I watched part of an episode.
That's exactly why we're talking about this, Anthony, because that's what people do is from the Benedict Cumberbatch version of Sherlock. Moriarty says it. It's death. That's what people do.
Okay.
Do you get
death.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
But those people will die. That's what people do!
That's what people do. It's what we were born to do. Born to die.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's gonna die. Oh, no.
Wasn't that the title of a Taylor Swift album? Or a country album? Born to Die?
That's Lana Del Rey, you crazy boy. What?
Oh, right.
We were born to die. Yeah. Anybody?
Blue jeans.
White shirt. Walked into the room, you know you made my eyes burn.
Rynn says, Shrek it, Ralph. That's also good.
Shrek.
I feel like they've got similar statures, so that works. Shrek it, Ralph, indeed.
That should have been the second one, just a crossover.
Yeah. But Shrek's not on the internet, so...
Oh, good.
Monkey paws time.
Oh, monkey papa. Monkey papa. Okay, let's do it.
That's what it's called on Discord. Did you name it that?
That was the brilliance of our mod squad. I believe Joe. Possibly.
Monkey papa.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Papa.
Papa, can you hear
I've never
me?
spelled papa with
Papa.
2 P's in the middle.
Okay, what we're gonna do is some monkey paw action. Ooh, Everybody ready?
I'm gonna grab my water while you do this.
Okay, I'm gonna lead the chorus, and then you're gonna do the stretches, right, Anthony? Because you're responsible. Oh, he muted us. Okay, bye. Have a good day, sir. Okay, so to start, we're gonna put our arms straight out in front of ourselves, fingers to the sky, palms away, and we're gonna curl our fingers into what we call a monkey paw. Good job. Second pose, we put our fingers to the ground, palms towards ourselves, and curl our fingers in. Punch somebody, but in the worst way possible. Oh no, my wrist. Third pose, we flip our hands out, palms away, fingers down, and then we curl our fingers in. Good job. Whoa, Anthony's chair looks so colorful. Then fourth pose, we put our fingers to the sky, palms towards ourselves, and then curl our fingers in. Great job. Now you can really fight somebody, you know? Put them up. Put them up! And then we just repeat these poses, holding for about a second each, repeating around 10 times so that we can get a nice stretch in our wrists. And if you feel any pain whatsoever, please stop immediately. Ice your hands, your arms, and rest them. And make sure to look up any stretches if you want to do something other than this. This is just one that we've adapted from Olivia Wen's stretches, and we want to really just make this an opportunity for you to take care of your body. So close your eyes for a moment so you can get a break from the screens, drink some water, listen to calming Enya music.
Oh, it's so good. So calming.
Where the road goes. Sing it, Anthony.
Only time.
It never ceases.
I mean, I'm not Enya.
Yeah, you are. It's not any of your business. Oh!
What's the one from Lord of the Rings that she sings?
That one, yeah. There's problem
Arion
on
or
the
something?
misty mountains.
Oh my god.
And then the
This is
ring
disrespectful
goes
to
the
Enya,
la-la.
everyone in Lord of the Rings. You can't make fun of Enya.
Is she off
Yeah.
limits? Everything else,
She's
but not
off
Enya.
limits.
Oh my
May it
gosh,
be.
she's under your protection.
Saying, may it be.
May it be.
Hey, you know it. An Evening Star.
Duh.
Oh.
Evening
I thought she sang another one. Enya Lord of the Rings songs.
Whew, I am feeling it. All right, and then we gently shake out our hands to loosen them back up. And we like to do a few shoulder rolls and some neck stretches. So we're going to try to put our ears as high as possible on each side. Anthony, you can do this while looking it up. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. And back again.
Speaking of The Hobbit.
Stretching your neck. A hobbit's tail. Now we look to the side as far as is comfortable for our neck. And back again. And Bilbo.
Oh.
Post-ring, obviously. Oh, man. I want to, at some birthday party, give the speech that he gives and then just leave my own party. I can't wait. Someday.
So awkward.
So
weird. He could have been, I don't know. It was weird.
He didn't like them, Anthony. They're not his folk.
He didn't like them?
No,
he liked
the
them.
whole lead up to that party was everybody coming up to his door and asking, can I have your house? I mean, mostly his relatives, but...
Yeah, it was his relatives that he was trying to get away from. I don't think that he dislikes hobbits.
Literally, when Gandalf comes up, he's like, no well wishes, party, business, blah, 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 blah. Get out!
I think maybe he's just fed up in the moment. I don't think he doesn't like his own people.
And then he's like, what is it? Like, I like half of you as twice as much as half of many.
Gosh, yeah.
I can't
this is
remember
good.
What he says, but yeah.
That's like pretty much the feel of it.
Yeah. Everybody's like, what did he just say to us?
Half as well as much as you deserve.
Exactly. Which I think meant
and that's when it got
treated
awkward.
you better than I should have. But, you know, ravings of an old Bilbo. I love
He's 111th birthday.
111th birthday. Gandalf. He only loves
You're
Gandalf.
all of these ones too.
Only
You're the Looney
Gandalf.
Tunes version of Lord of the Rings.
Clearly.
Who do you cast as who? Bugs Bunny is Gandalf.
How have they not made that crossover? How do they have Muppet Treasure Island and yet not Lord of the Rings Looney Tunes?
Looney Tunes? Looney of the Rings.
Who would Bugs Bunny be?
Gandalf.
Yeah, he would be a perfect Gandalf. Gandalf the Grey and then Gandalf the White.
He'd also be a good Gollum, I think. I think he's got a lot of character to play Gollum.
No, who would be Gollum? I mean, they do have that monster thing. Not Tasmanian Devil, but
the
the
redhead
one.
Thing.
Is it red?
Big red.
Big red?
Red hair.
But I don't know if he has enough personality to carry off Gollum's, charisma.
Oh, maybe the big red-haired thing that I'm thinking about could be the Balrog.
Yeah. I like how you call it a Balrog. Like, from the bowels of the earth.
Who is it? Balrog?
Oh, it's a Balrog. Duh.
Balrog. Yeah, I like it.
Speak friend and enter. What's the Elvish word for friend?
Belloc.
Belrog.
It does kind of sound like that.
It's your friend.
Maybe it was foreshadowing.
It was a red herring all along. He just wanted to hug. It's like
a creature of foreshadow and fire.
You got rid of the orc infestation. Great.
I was just trying to congratulate you. There's a part in Metroid Prime 3 Corruption where Samus falls down a tunnel with Ridley, very much like Gandalf in the Balrog.
So which came first?
Lord of the Rings one did, but Samus one wasn't that far off from it. Maybe that's why it was inspired by it. It was maybe like 5 years after that movie came out.
Movie, yeah, but I mean, the battle with the Balrog has been around since, when did he write the books? Billions of years ago?
Yeah, when was Middle Earth?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oof, it's been a while. Been a while. Too much.
Jake Green's back. He had to take the puppies outside.
Oh
and yes, Bilbo is a curmudgeon. And Wade in the chat saying, Muppets, Lord of the Rings. I'd watch that.
Right?
Ibrahim in the chat saying, hi all.
Hey Ibrahim, how's it going? You having a good day so far?
Jake Green says, I showed my team Monkey Paws in our team meeting this morning.
Oh my goodness. How did they take it? What do they think? Feedback?
Jake Green says about Lord of the Rings. The 1950s. He was right. First try.
First try.
I just didn't read the comment where he was wrong and then Googled and then corrected himself. So it just seems like he was right first try because I'm slow at reading. He had time to research. Kendall says, one time I awkwardly typed out how to do monkey paws in detail to a stranger on School of Motion because they wanted some stretch options.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And what did you find? I don't think that would yield much, would it?
Jake Green says about monkey paws with the team, they were all like, ow.
And you were like, yeah, it's nothing for me now.
You get used to the grinding cracks.
Yes.
It's just surprising at first.
Well, we used to do it at the studio I worked at, and we all would do it in a circle towards the center, and we called it our summoning circle, and we would say, okay, what are we summoning today? It was fun. People came up with stuff.
Well, yeah. I was going to say something, but it's demeaning and libel, I think.
Whoa! What the heck? Where is he
Well, just because...
from?
Yeah, well, he's not a nice guy.
He? Is that you?
No.
Okay.
It was one of your coworkers who would stop by and say things.
Oh, yeah. We don't need any of that.
Yeah. But it's not me. But I just wanted to say something. But then I stopped.
Good. Self-control. It's an important skill to learn.
But that's what you were summoning, I was going to say, because it seemed to happen all the time. Of like, why do you always come around and say this?
But yeah, that kind of thing is good for when you're in a studio environment, I feel, because not only are people like getting their stretches in, you get like a little chance to talk to people, pay attention to any ailments, which is rampant when you go to studios. Like, nobody takes care of themselves. It's kind of crazy.
Kendall says, I made my grandmother do them with me once. And then so goes on to say, monkey paws are the best.
Oh, I love you guys so much. Good job. Take care of yourselves. Be healthy. And grandma too. I love it.
And grandma too.
Toto too. So Anthony, this is your chance to tell me that you got all the roommates together to do monkey paws.
Yep, they all did it.
And?
With us just now.
What did they say? Is that Cecil and
they
Saturn?
Said, ow.
So clever. That was
my original joke. Now I'm familiar with what that sounds like.
Punk.
You make fun of me and then call me a punk.
Okay. Punk. I just did.
Oh, God.
Nailed it.
Second time in a row. You're such a Jimmy Pesto.
What is that? A Jimmy Pesto? I've never heard.
Jimmy Pesto's... No, you have. Jimmy Pesto's the heckler on Bob's Burgers. He owns the Italian restaurant across the street.
Of course, I haven't heard of it.
No, you have heard of it, because last time I said his name's Jimmy Pesto, and you said Jimmy Pesto, and you thought it was the most hilarious thing in the world.
Sounds like me yesterday.
Anyway, he always comes out and makes fun of Bob, and then says, "Ha-ha, Zoom!" You would like him.
That, yeah.
He reminds me of your dad.
Zoom, that reminds you?
No, just his general rude demeanor.
I'm gonna call my dad and tell him right now. He's gonna call you and be like, what the heck?
Zoom!
Yeah, basically.
Like, I knew it. See, this is exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, you're so right.
Alessandra says, Bob's Burgers is the best. It's so funny.
Yeah, it is so funny. Sorry, I'm distracted by stuff.
Moths? Oh, no, that's a snail.
Oh, I do like moths. No,
the one on the mossy rock kind of looks like light wing, dark wing, and the dark bit at the tip of it looks like the head.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it looked better before, but that blob is a similar idea.
Exactly. Okay. I'm just trying to think out a few things. I feel like I like parts of it and I don't like other parts. And I have feelings. I think it might just be time to collapse it all again. But what do I feel? Yeah. I'm gonna collapse
Smush it down.
Smush it down. Smush it down. I'm gonna group it first and then duplicate it and then smush it down. Just in case. Gonna have to clear out these nonsense bits up here, but I'm just trying to figure out what I want to change, you know? It's one of those awkward parts of making art. Sometimes things are working in some ways and then not in others, and you just kind of have to ride the wave. So if anything calls out to you where you're like, this is where the values are off, or this is where the something something is really throwing me, then let me know, please.
Darkover says, "Oh no.
Oh no.
A bird just pooped on my sister's head." I think that's good luck.
Oh, I'm so sorry to laugh, but that's something. That's really what happened. Are they okay?
I feel like I've heard that's good luck.
I think you said that when I got bird poop on my head in high school. Do you remember that?
A bird pooped and it hit both of us.
Yeah, we were eating outside and it just like did a side swipe, kind of. The poo was like.
It got you and me, and then we became
jacket.
a bonded pair.
Bonded pair.
A bonded pair. And then it happened to me again when I was walking from AI to liquid, I think.
Really?
Bird pooped on my head.
That's unfortunate.
But it was freshly shaven, so it just like kind of.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that is unfortunate. Oof.
No, it was better.
It is much better when you consider what it would have been like with a luscious like
with hair,
copes of hair. Then it would just be.
All I had to go when I got there. All I did was go into the bathroom and like wash my head.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think you would be able to do that as like someone with long hair.
I would put my entire head in the sink and just have wet hair for like the rest of the day.
You should probably just cut it off.
Just burn it. Yep, I agree. I don't want to.
Tracy joined the Discord.
Hey,
Thank
Tracy,
you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Dark Hour says, I laughed a little too. She just texted the group chat. And Rynn says, I imagine it's one of those things where you're half crying, half laughing when it happens to you, as long as you're in the right headspace, of course.
Yeah.
How could you be in the right headspace when your head is in the space of poop? No, it was fine. I was bald, so it's fine.
You know, blessings. You gotta count them. That was one. Next one. 2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Exactly. Okay.
Do you know the song 1, 2, 3, 4 by Feist is referred to as 1234?
No. That's impossible.
That's what happens when I ask Google to play it. I said, blah, 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 play 1, 2, 3, 4 by Feist. And it says, okay, playing 1234 by Feist.
Is that just how machines read it,
or
is it intended by the artist?
That is a curious question.
I am a curious person. That is very interesting, though. I feel like that would be a computer reading it kind of thing, but then you want computers to be smart.
You do. You would hope so, since they're taking over a lot of tasks.
Indeed.
Jake Green says, but she literally says 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gotta be a computer thing.
Yeah, your computer, like Google, hop on it. Listen to 1, 2, 3, 4. It's great. Also, My Moon, My Man.
I mean, that was kind of like one of the first things we taught computers how to do was count. So if it can't do it, it's kind of concerning, right?
Tell me what you love me for, sleepless.
Jake Green says it's got to be a computer thing. It's a work in progress.
It's always a whip, huh?
Never
That's a womp.
It's always a whip, never a womp. What's WOMP stand for if WHIP stands for work in progress? Work on my presentation.
Matters. Persistence. Always a whip, never a womp. So it would be a completed piece of work. So womp would be work out my pecs.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Always a whip, never a womp.
And that's what those letters stand for.
Also captions instead of, yeah, now we're talking, it said, yeah, and our tacos.
Maybe it's prognosticating. Maybe I'm having tacos tonight. Womp womp. Womp womp.
No, that's not a womp womp. In fact, it's a very much a whip whip because tacos are delicious.
No, womp womp, work out my pecs. Did you forget?
Are you working them?
I'm doing that thing where it looks like a squirrel. I don't know. I can't. There's nothing there.
It looks like a squirrel?
There's this part in Spice World's movie where this muscly guy
yes, continue.
has got like large pecs and he's like making the muscles go up and down. And then I think they say it looks like there's a squirrel in there.
That's kind of disconcerting to me. I don't know if I like that Spice World.
Oh, spicy.
Although, remember when that squirrel went into the guy's pants in Iron Giant?
No, I don't have a very good recollection of the Iron Giant.
You should rewatch it. It's fantastic.
It takes place in the Pacific Northwest, doesn't it?
Hogarth. Yes.
Isn't that the kid's name?
Yes. Hogarth. Sorry, the guy just says it in a funny way, and now I want to say it in that funny way.
Wait, what city do they live in?
Pacific Northwest.
Oh, I thought you were saying the city's name was Hogarth.
No. That's the main character's name.
Well, that's what I thought. Didn't you in college do a background painting?
I did,
inspired
yeah. It was a recreation.
A tire swing or something?
Well, okay, we did a 2-parter project, which I would recommend if anybody wants to become a background painter. You take a background painting from an animated feature or whatever, like whatever you want to work on the most. And I chose the Iron Giant because it's got beautiful, beautiful background paintings. And so, yeah, I recreated one of them digitally, and that's without like whatever you call it, eyedropper tooling the color or anything like that. Like, you have to just use your eyes to recreate everything. And then the other part of the project is you create a sister illustration of something you want, but like in the same style. And so, yeah, I did their house in the sunset lighting as the background that I recreated. And then my original one was a tree house, and that was a really fun one. There was a lot of fencing that was all broken down around it. There was a cat. There was a bike leaning against the tree. All the treehouse stuff, like, building a treehouse, but with painting. And then the little, like, signs and stuff that the kids had put up. And I ended up using that as one of my portfolio pieces, I think. Anyways.
I'm just going to read chat in a fun order because I think it's funny. Rynn says, oh my goodness, I forgot Spice World movie existed. And Jake Green says, it is fantastic, one of my fave films. Rynn says, throwback. Yes, I'm pretty sure I saw it when I was little. I'm pretty sure Jake Green was talking about the Iron Giant, but I'm going to pretend it was about Spice World.
Go ahead.
Kendall says, I have to head out, but link time before I go.
Thank you,
posted
Kendall.
a couple of links to join the Discord. Discoward. That's one of the characters in Tron. One of them's a coward, so we call him Discoward. And he left and created Discord later on.
How Discord?
All within the realm. Wait, what do they call it?
I don't know. I haven't watched Tron in a long time.
Tron. The blue. The thing. What is it called?
What is happening?
What is it called? The grid! Thank you, Jake Green. The grid.
Green with the grid. Clutch.
My brain was struggling. Jake Green says, I also like Spice World. And you didn't read Hog Hug, Anthony. What's Hog Hug? Oh, is that what Hogarth got translated to?
A hug hug.
Push.
Hug that hog. Hug that hog.
Thank you, Kendall. Goodbye.
Thank you, Kendall.
Kendall says, thanks for a fun stream. We'll try to find time to watch the replay, but I've stacked the podcast too. So much content to consume.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We're just making so much for you.
We have about half an hour left in today's stream.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you're only missing a fourth of it.
Thank you so much for hanging out for any of it. All of you. I appreciate you. And also, don't worry if you have to head out. It's all good.
Jay Green says, that's one of my favorite moments in The Iron Giant. You should watch it again. Okay, I'll put it on the list with a short circuit. It would just be like my robot movie playlist.
Robot.
What else could we put on there? Chappie, Terminator.
So yeah, Skynet. You gotta watch the latest What If.
Are there robots in that?
Yes.
Perfect. Oh, that's right. I think there was a cliffhanger for the previous one. The Thor one. So if it's a continuation of that, that's fun.
Shush.
No,
then,
sometimes their singers don't go on to like continue. Other movies, it could be like Treasure Planet. There's robots in that one.
There's
Brave Little Toaster.
You did mention that a few streams ago, so.
The Cyborg.
Beware the cyborg.
Pretty good.
I love him.
Jake Green says ad.
Can I be
Batteries
him
not
for
included.
Halloween?
Treasure Planet is also good.
Oh,
And Rynn
Treasure Planet's
says,
great.
quote, "We're all here against our will," said no one ever.
Rynn. I appreciate you. It's a good one. We are, Anthony and I, very much against our will.
Just remember last time we stayed an extra 15 minutes.
Can't deal with that again. I'm not going back. I'm not going back, man. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is unresolved. Should I just like gradiate it? What is this? What's this? What is this? Hello, Anthony?
I don't know what this is.
Help me.
Raindrops that you're scribbling over?
I'm trying to figure out how to deal with this area.
Oh, just nix it. If you're still talking about that, it's been like 40 minutes.
Okay, so nixing it would be all of this is blank, and the fern is the cutoff.
Maybe the fern breaks the line. Is that something you could do? Like it could break the border a little bit. Just one extra fern frond. Kind of like this stump has that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it just breaks out a little bit.
I want to break free.
Or like you had raindrops there before, that could...
Oh, I'm gonna add raindrops wherever it's blank enough to put them and feels right. But what I want is just a way to kind of...
Oh, Jake Green says, I like the gray sky. The sky gives the rain feels.
Yeah, I agree. So you think... Okay.
Maybe just blend it with a cloud at the very top with the page color. That could give it a cool edge while still reading as an illustration.
Options. Thank you, friends, for making me feel like I can try out different things. This is bugging me.
The Drawing Pirate says yes.
Yes. Agreed. Aw, yes. Oh. Okay.
Want to clue us in?
No. No, I was thinking some of the outer areas. I love it when, with traditional paintings, you can see where the artist went from rough to refined, where they're like big, loose paint strokes, and then as you get to the focal point, it gets like finer and finer detail, and it looks more figured out and stuff. But then as you zoom out and see the whole thing, sometimes those background elements that aren't as like important to figure out are just brush strokes and big ones, you know? So I was thinking, what if this area up here with the sky and then this area down here with the like grassy mossy area thing were more chunky brush strokey, and we could kind of leave them a little bit more abstract, and then as we get into this it becomes more and more like recognizable things rather than just brush strokes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like blurring the edges, but you're blurring with textures.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, traditionally doing that, super cool. Digitally doing that, sometimes a pain. So I think
What if you did it in Fresco?
I think Fresco would probably have some better brushes for it, possibly. So yeah, I might skip over there and try some stuff out. But for now, I'm just going to leave a note for myself, like, texture.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe you could refine the spot illustration, because you've got a path forward with this one. on the iPad. Didn't you say you were going to do 2 versions? One where it was
I would just take this and then erase out the edges. So it's the same painting. It would just be different usage. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. The Drawing Pirate says, where are the cute raindrops?
Oh, the raindrops will be there. Don't worry. There will be plenty of raindrops. I'm trying to work from, like, what we did, I think, before that was so... What would you call it? Confusing to me, I guess? Let's go all the way back. This. When it was this, it was really cute. There's cute things about it I like, but it feels very busy to the eyes. And I just wanted to kind of simplify that and make it into something that was much more digestible. Oops.
The Drawing Pirate says, OMG, no, I love it.
For what?
Probably the sketch, and goes on to say, it's alive.
It's alive. It's alive.
I do kind of love it too. It gives me that 101 Dalmatians type of sketchy vibe, which I'm a huge proponent of, which I think I was talking about in The Rescuers, how it has like that animation feel from early animation and just feels, I don't know, good.
Definitely. I love that style as well. I'm always torn between stuff like that. I know we've talked about this a few times with other people's concerns about their work, where they're like, I don't know whether to go for lines or values. Do I go line less, line full, lean into it, lean back? And I always feel that as well. Like, sometimes you want to go for one over the other because of, I don't know, storytelling or whatever, but then other times you just feel like aesthetically pulled. It's like, oh, but that'd be so pretty. I just saw a piece that looked like so good like that. Ugh.
I feel like in Wolfwalkers, they maintained that sketchy line, and I loved it.
Of course. I love
so good.
Every style. There is no bad
There you
style.
go.
They're all great.
So, what would you do to make it feel less busy, but still sketchy looking? If you went forward with this illustration.
I think just a lot of the things that we have gone through, like all of the clarification of things, a lot of the values and colors have been much more clarified through this process of painting over and over, I think. You can see,
so would you add a sketch on top of this to make it look sketchy again? If
I wanted to, yeah.
Yeah. I think people were really loving the sketchy quality, so I don't know. Maybe check it out. Drawing Pirate says the sketch, and Alessandra says, yes, I like the sketch too. And Jake Green says you could do an arc of gray that goes from the side arcing downward behind the stump.
That's true.
And Dark Hour says, Anna, have you seen Wolf Boy yet? I saw that on your list, and Sammy and I were talking about, what is Wolf Boy? What is Wallbox? We were very confused by multiple items on that list. Drawing Pirate says, yeah, but I think she needs more time to spend on it. In the end, she's killing it. And then Jake Green says, LOL, Anna. You know? And Rynn says, Anna, what DPI/PPI do you normally work in when painting in Fresco and Photoshop?
300.
I've tried working in 300 PPI in Fresco, but also have a habit of working in layers, and it causes it to lag after a bit. You could try 150. It, I guess, depends on what your output will be for the piece. If it's gonna just be digital, 150 is probably fine and would help with that lag. But if you are planning on printing it, maybe it's something you start on the iPad and take to the computer for more horsepower. Dark Horse says, Wolf Boy in the Everything Factory. Hayden worked on it. Apple original animated series. I think you'd love it for many reasons.
Many.
Well, I'll check it out because I've got that Apple trial going on.
Wait, so we've got Wolfwalkers and Wolf Boy on Apple?
Yeah,
is it the Wolf
all the
platform?
Wolf content.
Can you imagine?
Rynn, I hope your hubby gets on there.
Heck
he
yeah,
loves wolves. And hiking.
Oh my gosh.
And
hiking.
And reading fantasy books. How many things did I memorize from that?
All the things. Anthony, I was imagining the wolves from Kipo, just like they are Apple. They're
Billions
running
and
the entire
billions.
thing, and they're like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
One more thing.
And they're like, what content should we put in here? Wolf content.
Wolf content, yeah.
Y'all like this? Line versus no line?
Line. Love the line.
I have such feelings about it. Oh, golly.
You love both. You already said, so now everybody gets their way.
You can't
love
get
this.
back.
We love
you
this.
Can't get out of it. You love it.
You said you love all styles. So
it's true.
Here
It's
we go.
just, different pieces call for different things.
I feel like this would be an interesting experiment for you to do because I feel like you do go painterly a lot of the time and you leave the sketch behind, but we never reintroduce a sketch once it goes painterly. You kind of just hide the lines in the painting. So I feel like after you get all this spacing out and the values worked out, this would be an interesting thing to revisit with a sketch on top of clarified forms.
But then, okay, here's my other question. Do we do lines that fit the color, or do we do like
like that
101
lowish
Dalmatians?
style?
What do you mean?
Lowish, I feel like a lot of the times colors her line art from black to
Oh, for sure, yeah. I would
the
color
edge
it.
of whatever the thing is. But in 101 Dalmatians, I feel like it was just black lines, wasn't it?
Well, I know that for my version
or
of
maybe
lines,
it was
I
backgrounds.
like playing with that.
Was black lines.
Like, I usually color the line at least a little bit. But my question is this area right here. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Where
the background dips in?
Where the color the colors overlap in ways that the line doesn't match up with. That's 101 Dalmatians to me.
Yeah, that doesn't bug me. Are you saying you would want to go in and fix it?
No, I'm thinking it's an interesting thing to force. Usually it's because you're loose and fast with the color and then the lines are more straight and... But in this way, I'd be intentionally wonkifying the colors.
Yeah. No, I feel like it kind of relates to what you do when you're painting the abstract animals, where you'll put that yellow behind it and then paint, and then it'll have like glimpses of a yellow edge all around it. And this background bleeding into what the chair outline is kind of has that same vibe. I like it.
Speaking of which,
Dark Hour says, Over the Garden Wall fan art party on Discord.
What?
And then Jake Green says, what is Over the Garden Wall? Dark Hour says, Over the Garden Wall. And, well, okay, so Dark Hour said OTGW fan art drawing party on Discord,
okay.
And my brain just knew Over the Garden Wall, but Jake Green just needed to be clued in, but he knows what Over the Garden Wall is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You gotta watch
Jake Green says, sorry, I work at National Lab and there are more acronyms than there ever should have been, and they all have meanings you'd never guess. And Rynn says, oh, Wolf Boy in the Everything Factory looks so cute. And the Drawing Pirate says, no way. About what? I'm not sure. It's my fave animation, Over the Garden Wall. Oh yeah, Over the Garden Wall's real good. We're having a viewing party on Friday night.
It's Friday night. It's time for Over the Garden Wall, baby.
We're making leek and potato soup and watching Over the Garden Wall.
That sounds amazing.
It's a very short animated series. It's about an hour and a half in length, so it's kind of like a movie. Just watch all the episodes back to back.
I have feelings about these ears.
They're cute, and then you love them. Rynn says, I have not seen Over the Garden Wall. Where are we?
Rynn.
It's on Hulu. If you have Hulu, I think you could check it out on there.
Rynn, just buy it. It's
Cartoon
so good.
Network.
You will
Cartoon
love it.
Network show. So
it is so up your
maybe
alley.
it's
It's
streaming
ridiculous.
there. I don't know if it's available for purchase anywhere. Maybe it is.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Don't we own it?
Where
Am I crazy?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I own it in my heart. It's so good.
Netflix, I think, Jake Green says. Last time I saw it, it was on Hulu, but it could be on Netflix. Oh, maybe it's on both. It's streaming places, so.
Google the streams.
Alessandra asks, are these shows? Yeah, Over the Garden Wall is a show. What else were we talking about? Wolf Boy in the Wonder Factory?
You're a wolf boy, get out of this town.
So much for my mind being a vault.
Evolved.
I
Who
vault.
said that?
A vault.
A vault. Not evolved.
I vault.
I can vault. Yes.
I can vault. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Is he eating a cracker? Is that weird?
Rynn says, I do have Hulu through Spotify, and I believe you. We'll definitely check it out. Jake Green says, Over the Garden Wall is an animated series, Alessandra. It's from Cartoon Network a few years ago. When did it come out?
The before times we don't think about, but it's
We
here
don't?
now.
I like them.
No. Before Over the Garden Wall existed? No.
No, the before times when Over the Garden Wall came out.
It's not the same thing as I was saying.
I mean, those literally are the before times.
No, the before times is one that it didn't exist because it's before it existed, you crazy man.
No, before today. Before current times.
We have different definitions.
Before times.
I'm telling you mine, and you're refusing it.
I'm refusing it because you're refusing mine. I'm not going to succumb to your definition.
Succumb to the definition!
Do it. Do it.
Sounds like a line from an 80s movie villain.
I am that. Thank you. Thank you. I never thought you'd
You're welcome.
acknowledge it, but here we are. The after times.
Jake Rynn says, in the past week, I have had 3 different people use the acronym POC, and they all meant different things, and none of them were person of color. And Dark Arrow says, wowza. And Rynn says, oh gosh. And then Jake Green says, quote, I reject your reality. Is that from Tron?
My own.
The Grid. I don't know what that's from. Woo. It's currently on Hulu.
Eat it.
Alessandra says, oh, I never had Cartoon Network and I don't have Hulu. I had to cut down on some of those subscriptions. Me too. I'm thinking of canceling Disney Plus next month. Because the price increases.
What's the next Avengers line of things coming out?
I don't know.
I know
in
Hawkeye's
December,
supposed to be-
there's a Mandalorian spin-off coming out.
Oh, really?
The Boba Fett one.
I know that... Oh, Hawkeye is coming out in December.
Hawkeye and Book of Boba Fett. And Mandalorian? No Mandalorian this December. I think they're still working on it, aren't they?
I have no idea. Can you imagine if Mandalorian song just went into the up song?
Oh, I mean, now I can. It's perfect. And his jetpack, it's just balloons that carry him places instead. What else we got?
What are the, like creatures he encounters on a world is Kevin and then Doug. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's good. Jake Green says, yes, Mandalorian, I hope. And then Dark Arrow says, Anna, no, you're going to make me cry. Sounds like some fan art. Well, first we got to do Shrek-It Ralph.
Get out of my swamp. Oh my gosh, I need to make a pun about that, but I just like that line.
Mando season 3 release date.
Oh my gosh, I could totally imagine them talking about mysteries and stuff, Watson and Sherlock, and then he's like, it's like onion. It's like onions. Oh my gosh, I can't even say it. It's like onions. It's got layers. You get it? You get it? You get it? You get it?
No. Disney confirming that the release date is Christmas 2021. Wait, the slightly bad news is that The Mandalorian Season 3 will return later than we've seen in the past, with Disney confirming that the release date is Christmas 2021. That's all we know so far. This is from an article in Esquire from September 20th of 2021. So I guess it's coming in December.
That's It's not that
Some
much
Star Wars
choice.
glamour. The Book of Boba Fett is coming next December. It will not run alongside Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Mando Season 3 will start going into production after next year's Boba Fett. But when was that? December 21st, 2020 was that tweet. Okay, back on track.
We're back, baby.
Mando on Christmas.
Oh, Mando.
I guess.
It's a Christmas present for you and me.
Rynn says, Shrek It Ralph breaks the net. Does it work? Does it?
It could work.
It's that Lord of the Rings tie-in from earlier, maybe.
What?
We were talking about Lord of the Rings earlier, and there are int characters in Lord of the Rings, so maybe.
That's where it comes from. I gotcha.
Maybe. Drawing Pirates asks, wait, hold on. You guys
how are you doing? Sorry, I can't stop making pirate.
I'm struggling. Oh, Dark Hours is asking, do you have enough clients to sustain yourself monthly? I'm struggling lately. Yeah, as a freelance artist, the work ebbs and flows, so I just make sure that I'm prepared for the slow times, having a savings account built up. But recently, it's been looking like there's going to be an influx of work, and that's for retouching anyway. Anna, what are you working on currently?
Got multiple books going on. They are overlapping, and I'd say the way is definitely to save, but also I feel like there is something to freelancing that's like a risky move that you kind of have to lead into. Where it's like, you have to be okay with not making solid choices. Does that make sense? Whereas, like,
yeah.
you can
I have the safety net of living with roommates, so my expenses are pretty low. If I had a family and children and was paying off a mortgage and had, like, I have to pay these big expenses every month, then I don't know if I could do freelance because it's not, what's the word, consistent income.
For sure.
So I don't know if I would know how to project in my finances to pay for all of those things. But luckily, right now, I'm just single and living
ready
with
to
roommates.
Mingle, baby.
So I don't have many expenses.
Yeah, that's the thing is we've always had low expenses, and that's me and James being two people, so we can have two incomes. And things like that are kind of, I don't know. I feel like we've had moments where we get to the end of the savings and it feels like, oh my gosh, really bad stuff could happen here. But then that's the time that the next job comes through. And I know that that's no way to live, but it's also kind of the way of the freelancer is you're kind of like going downstairs and you're trusting your feet to catch you every time you fall. You're just like, okay, I'm going. And I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, definitely. But yeah, I think that is part of it. If you are feeling like the places where you're getting work aren't giving you many, what do you think of that, Anthony? If there's like, I have a few clients, but they're all kind of quiet right now. What do you do in those moments?
I think that's when you have to, your current work in that scenario is beefing up your portfolio and sending it out to people. Cold calling, quote unquote. I'll reach out to studios I've never worked with because I like what the work that they do, and I just let them know I'm available. I'll also reach out to previous clients and just let them know I'm available. I don't have any work going on, so if you need anything, let me know. And sometimes, even if they don't have something, and also networking with other retouchers in my field, I'll reach out to them and be like, I'm currently available if anybody needs help on projects or knows of anything. And by word of mouth and just reaching out to multiple different people, you keep those connections fresh, and you can also be referred to another job from someone that might have work and was offered something but needed to pass on it because they were already busy and they could pass that on to you, type of thing.
Which is kind of what we were talking about on Monday's stream, where it's like networking. Being friends with people in your peer group working can be really advantageous, because I can't take all the work that comes my way. Some other people can't take all the work that's coming their way. So we can switch and swap. And when somebody else is dry, you just kind of like give it to them.
And if that doesn't happen, I'd say if time and money allows, focus on your portfolio and producing pieces that you want to make or that you want to get into the field of making, which could be different from personal work. If you know that you'd get work in a certain area and you want to do that, then put some new pieces in and try to keep your portfolio on rotation and up to date. Practice what you preach, right? I haven't uploaded since like January.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But I haven't run into like those slow times, so I haven't felt the need to.
It's not muy importante at the moment?
Not for me right now, no. Dark Hours, or the Drawing Pirate says, I'm really, really glad you guys are doing well. And Dark Hours says, this is one of the reasons I will be human childless. There was a better way to word that, and I just didn't. Drawing Pirate says, freelancing is definitely unstable. And Dark Hours says, freelance makes me mentally stable but financially shaky. And Jake Green says, yep, why I've been at the same place for 11 plus years.
Yeah.
And goes on to say, there's a great Oops All Bloops episode about freelancing. Oh, thanks for the plug.
Good plug. Hey, just to remind you, this stream is brought to you by Oops All Bloops, which is our podcast, which is also a subscription here on Behance. You can join it right above the chat. There's a button, as well as on my Behance page. And you can pay $3 a month to get access to 2 podcasts per month, which is 1 hour each plus some, usually, because we talk about it.
At least 1 hour.
At least 1 hour. Good way of talking. See, we have a lot to say, but we might not say it well.
Yeah. Subscribe to this if you want, I guess. It's trash.
No, it's great.
It's good trash.
I love it.
It's recyclable.
No, we actually do put a lot of thought and effort into it, and it's kind of our little joint baby at this moment. And what was I going to say? Oh, you get also access to our Discord channel, the Bloopies exclusive channel, where we talk about podcast things and also just whatever comes up. And it's a great way to support the stream, because the streamers here on Behance have, some of us have access to subscriptions right now. And so if you really like streamers around here, check out what they're offering, see if it's for you. And thank you so much. For those of you who subscribe, thank you so much. And I just love that it's true. We've actually done an episode that pertains to something that came up on the stream. That's great.
Yay. Seamless.
Yeah,
Dark Hour says, looking into passive income right now, actually. And things like maybe Patreon.
Oh, yeah.
Print on demand stuff, too.
I would say Patreon is anti-passive income. Like, it's very involved, depending on what you offer, obviously. But I don't want to dissuade you, because I also love it very deeply. And if you ever want to talk about that, please let me know, because I would be happy to. But it does take work, at least the way I do it. It definitely takes work.
Switching gears back to the drawing, Jake Green says, ooh, it's wild how much a good line of light shadow can take things up a notch. Those mushrooms are wonderful.
I'm so glad you like that. Yeah, the little touches. And also, this is a little touch that I love to add whenever there is some kind of cast shadow like that. If you just take the color that you have in the light and just up the saturation a bit and do a little line on the edge, just adds so much. I remember Lee showing us an artist who did this, and it was like they kind of pioneered that technique of using a saturated color to mark the edge of cast shadow, which actually does happen in nature. You can totally like look at shadows and see that. But I can't remember what the artist's name was. I'm so sorry. So if you know of an artist who does this, then feel free to share. We have plenty of art resources on the Discord as well. But yeah, that's definitely not my technique. It's somebody else's. But
well, you adopted it, so yeah. It's yours now.
Yeah, and it's definitely
Darko
one of those,
says
like,
about
last
Oops All
things.
Bloops, it's not trash, it's premium garbage. And then goes on to say, totally joking, it's absolute gold. Jake Green says, I just finished the new reel for my team, as well as a 32-minute version for the museum, and it's currently being reviewed for release. So hopefully I will have something to post on Behance soon.
That is so
And
cool, Jake.
goes on to
Love
say, if I do Inktober, I may post that.
You mean when you do Inktober?
Post what?
Awesome.
What? May post what?
The thing he was just talking about that's going to be released.
How's that Inktober?
It's a post. I don't know.
Is there ink in it?
I have an ink.
Or was he talking about a technique you were showing? The mushrooms and the shadow and the lines, maybe? That sounds more like maybe. I don't know. Dark Hour says, oh yeah, passive and Patreon are two completely separate things.
Well, I wish you all the luck. I hope you all the luck.
Me too. And then teach us your ways if it's successful.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, that's the thing is if we can help each other, like I'm always looking for things like that. If I ever found, hey, this really works. I guess, honestly, I've told you all a million times, but the Adobe Creative Residency is the best thing that ever happened to me. Financially, for sure, because I still work with Adobe so often that they make up a lot of my income still. So it's definitely not something where it's like, oh yeah, just become a children's book illustrator and you're gonna be golden. It's actually a very low paying job in general. It's just there are some ways of making more money in it. It just depends on what you do with it.
Gotta be popular.
Well, not just popular, but which is part
sell
of it.
Millions of books on Christmas about Christmas stuff.
Yeah, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get all the way to where I want to be with my career, because there's a lot of gap to fill still. I want to be doing something different than what I'm doing, even though I feel like I'm going in the right direction and things are working out really well. I'm very grateful for where I am, but I'm not to the end of that line. You know, there's always something else, and I want to be writing and illustrating my own books, not just illustrating other people's books.
Yeah, have you been taking steps on becoming a better writer?
I mean, I write, yeah, from time to time, and usually it's sparked by ideas, so it's something.
When are you taking that trip to Astoria?
That is in November. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's going to be nice inspiration for both of you guys.
Heck yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's definitely something that it's necessary to get out and do things as well. You can't just like sit at home and be brilliant. So
well, I mean, look at you. You can.
I'm not just sitting at home, but also I'm not brilliant. So
I mean, you're doing both of those things. You can. What are you talking about? Everyone in the chat thinks you're brilliant and good.
Well, y'all are really nice, and thank you. I appreciate you. I think you're brilliant as well, for sure. It's you know, I still am not good at taking compliments, but thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. But the idea of like being where you want to be and being somewhere that's good, they're different. You know, it's like I can be really appreciative of what I have and the skills that I've built up and all that jazz, but I want more.
Yeah, art, you should always be growing in your art, right?
Absolutely.
Because as you grow, your art will grow. Your tastes and styles will evolve with you, and that's probably just like what's happening to you. So what are some of the most inspiring artists that you're looking at right now?
Oh, I've been loving Maud Behan a lot. The artist that I love for like the career that I want, because Maud is doing like a lot of illustration, but I don't know exactly what their career is. I'm not that like, I haven't gone that deep into the research of an individual. But there are some illustrators. Isabelle Arsenault, should look her up for you. She does absolutely beautiful work, and I think of her as one of those like boutique illustrators where her books aren't necessarily the like buy it for $5 board book you can get for any kid that's teething or whatever.
Oh my goodness.
But something that's very much on the fine arty side.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I love both sides. I want to be everything. like I've said. But yeah, her name is
That one in the
Isabelle
bottom
Arsenault.
right reminds me of Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs.
The color palette.
Yeah, I could see that. Totally. Yeah, the red and the whites. You are home, I think. You belong here. That's the one I have. Yeah, it's this. This is the cover of it. And it's just so dang beautiful. Like,
that is beautiful. All of those lines and the flat perspective reminds me of Cartoon Saloon.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I'd say a little bit less of a like definitive graphic shape, but it has a lot of textural elements, a lot of soft things, which I meander as well between like, do I want hard graphic shapes or do I want like soft wispy things? And it always switches. But anyways, Isabelle is one of those artists that sticks out to me as like very like somebody seeks her out for this style. You know what I mean? And I kind of want that. I don't want to be just an artist that people are like, oh, this might look good because they have a commercial style that applies to whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
You want that individualized.
What was it? There was another book I'm thinking of. It was like Honeybee?
Honeybee? Isn't that a movie by Shia LaBeouf?
No, that was Honey Boy, I think. Right? Is that it? Book. I have it in my room. There we go. It's called The Honeybee. This is another one by Isabelle, and it's just so freaking.
It's got a real face on it. Throw it back in the ocean before it causes a tsunami.
Oh man. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of the thing I was thinking of, is just kind of what world do you want to live in, you know? And I think as I get more and more knowledge about the world, the industry that I inhabit, the more specific I can get with where I fit into it, and that's where I want to go. More towards this. But
nice.
Anyways, yeah, that's...
Jake Green was saying, I read a really cool book last night called Sandcastle by Aynat Sarfati. Have you heard of it?
Aynat Sarfati? No, I don't think so.
Sandcastle. Very cool illustrations, and they wrote it too. You can do it, Anna. And we've got Ibrahim saying, I'm not sitting at home and not brilliant. And Dark Hours had said, me sitting at home, brilliant.
Oh, man.
But I think, where did that go? Yeah. Being brilliant.
Go? I miss you so.
Dark Hours said, wait, where was I? Anna, you are the most brilliant diamond sparkling rainbow of joyous glitter. And Rynn says, wait, how long has that snail been there? Love it. There are 2 snails.
The snails have been here since the beginning.
Since the beginning. We got rid of the frog.
Where was it? Here's the sketch. Wait, is that the sketch? Oh, it's over.
Yeah, that was the
lines.
sketch. Oh, I mean, that was the original sketch.
Yeah, the snail has been there. The
snail's
snail
there.
Persists.
The frog is there in that leaf. You can kind of see him.
This is a frog. We don't have him
but
right
that's
now.
Gone. That.
You know, he may come back. Who knows?
Dark Hour says, the entire time.
The entire time.
Question mark. And I just love the subtle lines in the log. It's perfect. And Drawing Pirates asks, do you like Beatrice Blue? I don't know who Beatrice Blue is. Do you, Anna?
Not off the top of my head. It sounds familiar.
Dark Hour says, I was just thinking that Anna definitely likes Beatrice. Also, Beatrice art directed Wolf Boy. And Rynn says, yes, you've got this, Anna. You'll find your cozy spot. We
love
found
Beatrice Blue. It's so true. I was actually just looking at their work. Yeah, this is an amazing illustrator. Oh my gosh.
That's really awesome.
So much. It's
that's a cover.
Yeah, it's a cover of a book.
Ooh, nice.
But yeah, I follow them on social media, and it's I have a hard time remembering names, especially when it comes to social medias. But the second I saw their avatar, I was like, yes, I love their work for sure. Oh, and they did a Wonder cover. That's so cool.
Is that a magazine?
Looks like a book, possibly.
You said a wonder.
It says...
Is it a series?
Sorry, I was thinking it was a cover for the book Wonder, which is a very popular middle grade book. But it says here that it's basically her book saying Wonder, the art and practice of Beatrice Blue. Sorry. Ugh, tongue twisters.
The Drawing Pirate says, Anna, you have that feeling of home in your drawings. And Dark Hour says, literally sitting at home and being brilliant is all I can do right now. And Jake Green says, they creep up on you. Wink.
Creep up on you.
What creeps up on you? Do you know?
I have a total different idea of what I want to do with this illustration now.
Wow, she's gone.
Sorry.
Don't mind me, I'm having a bad eye day. 2 snails searches for the second. And Dark Hour says, oh yeah, Beatrice has made a book. And it's also 6:05, so we're over time.
I have so many wants.
Yeah, it might be a good point. Ooh, that Animal Crossing one's good. Maybe you need to go ruminate on all your ideas.
I want to draw
Oh,
them.
the snails. The snails creep up on you.
Yeah, they do.
Look at that weird cat.
Oh, I have so many feelings. Okay, this illustration is going to get better, I promise. Thank you so much for the compliments on it, but I have
You're gonna delete it.
No, I will use what we've done so far, but going forward, I have a lot of feelings, and I think I want to go with them. So maybe it'll be like multiple studies of different things. I don't know. But I'm excited, which is a good point to be at. So thank you once again for you guys brought up the
inspired.
Yeah, the reference that makes me feel like, ooh, but what if we went in that direction? And then I imagine the whole thing like that, and I'm like, ooh. Basically,
Nice.
The idea I have is thinking of plants less like plants and more like abstract shapes. What I was thinking was, you see this one of Beatrice's. This, how they handle the plants, where it's kind of like weird noodlies and balls and things like that. Especially when you're up close on forest floor kind of stuff, it can definitely look abstract. So making it more like shapey, I want to do that.
Yeah, that's great.
I also feel...
It feels alien.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what those plants are. It looks like an artichoke in the background or something, but those ones in the foreground feel like Nausicaa plants.
Exactly. Yeah, and I really dig that. Also, this cactus in the back. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's great. I love the cactus.
And I definitely want to take some color inspiration because I love the colors that we have so far, but I also feel like they can be oomphed to the 10s.
Punchier.
So
yeah,
I just feel like there's a cohesion that we're missing, and I want to go to there. So I'm gonna
maybe it's drawing some of those purples out into the greens more from the chair.
Possibly, yeah. There's some stuff like that, but I kind of want to make a palette and then kind of decide from there what needs to change in this.
The glow on those yellow bloopy flowers is really nice.
Also, it looks like there's a little aberration kind of stuff happening at the edges where it's slightly blurry, but in a way that's more offset than blur.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's lovely. And yeah, I have a lot of feelings about the design of this one. I think there's a strong composition, a strong feel, a strong little character moment, but there are things about the rendering that I want to change. So I hope you're ready for it.
Yeah, Jake Green says, I trust your feelings. I am also excited. And Dark Hour says, yes. Also, now please watch Wolf Boy. You will get so inspired, next level inspired. And the Drawing Pirate says, do it. And Dark Hour suggests dandelions, ? And Jake Green says, umphed. And Rynn says, ooh, super excited to see how this turns out. And Drawing Pirate says, me too. We're all caught up on chat.
Yay!
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Yeah, Anthony's quick,
Excited
end it. So I'm caught up.
Well, we don't have streams on Friday anymore, but you can subscribe to the podcast if you want more content. And there's also Replay Land to check out. But next Monday, we'll probably be back. Will you work on this from now till then? If you're so inspired, you'll probably want to touch it at some point before Monday.
Yeah, I think I'll... you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on it whenever I feel the mood to. And then if I want to, I will like say if I'm working on the iPad or something, then I will do a secret silent stream, which happens here from time to time. Feel free to pop in if you want to. I'll always post on the Discord anytime I go live, but the secret silent streams are just watching me draw. No talking, no music, anything. It's just silent. But you can listen to your own music.
Boring.
Well, some people pop in and I try to talk in the chat, but it's definitely different. Does not mean it's bad. It's just different. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for being here. It's been a joy.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all are so, so, so nice to us, and I love you so much. It's just heartwarming. We will be back on Monday. Until then, have a fantastic weekend. Maybe you have a Friday night plan like Anthony, where he's going to make soup and watch Over the Garden Wall. Holy
And my Thursday night plan, Lord of the Rings and hanging out with a puppy.
You live the life. Like,
I
the
know.
life.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. All right. Be Anthony. Live your life. Get vaccinated. Wear a mask. Be a good person to other people and yourself. And remember that we love you and you're amazing and your art's just getting better every single day.
Yeah, you're brilliant, even if you're just sitting there.
You're brilliant. You are. Shut up. You're brilliant.
Shut up, you're brilliant.
Anthony, thank you so much for streaming with me.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you'd like to say before we leave?
Thanks for joining, and thanks for all the thumbs ups, and especially to those 3 people over on YouTube who... Oh, wait, we got 7 likes on YouTube.
You know
Hot
who
dang.
you are.
It's popping off.
It really is. Thank you. It's because you mentioned it. I'm calling them out. Hey,
Yeah.
lurkers, I see you.
And also, Anna likes to shout out other streamers on Behance. I don't know if you did that this time, but yeah,
Hey, go
check out
check out
other
other
live
streamers.
streamers.
There's
on
probably
Behance.
somebody else that the Adobe Live will kick to after this. So whoever it is, just make sure that their day is a little bit better because you're in it. Have a good one. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.